Okay. All right. So we're gonna get in position here. Okay. So we have this is our mock patient right here. This little plushie. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna demonstrate how to go up the stairs and down the stairs with 2 spotters. So the first thing is that the patient has to be able to assist. They wouldn't be able to assist on a transport chair because they're not able to hold the railing of the big wheel. But if the patient is able to help moderately, then we have to kind of get them comfortable with being able to do the wheelie, and then they have to be able to pull up on the wheel as we're going backwards. So I'm going to have my spotter help me out here. I think what we'll do just for the case of this, because you're not supposed to pull on the leg rests, you're supposed to be holding onto the frame. So I'm going to remove those just so that my spotter doesn't accidentally use that as the brace. So with any stair climbing, you always start sideways, so that way they don't roll down the stairs by accident. And then you unlock the brakes, you roll up to the stairway here. And the communication is that whenever you're going to kind of keep the patient in the wheelie stance, and then when you say dip, that means you're going beyond their center of gravity in the wheelchair. You're kind of going backwards beyond their center of gravity because they have to be able to kind of compensate for going up the stair. If they're just in their normal center of gravity, it's not going to be enough. You have to kind of go back quite a ways. And then the person up the stairs where I am has to stagger their stance quite a bit. The person in the video kind of did like 2 stairs like this, where I'm kneeling. And then so when I go dip, that means I'm going this way, and then pull means the patient is also pulling up on the wheel to help with the lift like this. All right, and then so I'm gonna go ahead and be the second spotter. The second spotter is to make sure that we don't roll down the stairs, but is also assisting us somewhat. I'm gonna go dip, Golden support us here. So I'm dipping, and then we're going up 1 stair, and then the patient holds once you get up 1 stair. Holding meaning you're pulling back against the back of the stair, so that way you don't accidentally go forward down the stairs. And so now it's dip, and then pull, dip, pull, dip, pull, and dip, pull, good, dip, pull, all right, top of the stairs, all right, and then just so you can kind of hear me explain what we're going to do down, so that way I'm not standing up there and you can hear me a little bit better down here. We're going to, they're going to again, kind of get comfortable with the wheelie stance, and then we're going to kind of get them in their center of gravity, and then when you get close to the stair, the second spotter's down the stairs and the first spotter's at the top, and you kind of say ready as if everybody is ready to accept the weight, and then you say lower, and so the patient is supposed to be able to assist by holding onto the railings of the wheel and kind of descending the weight down the stair. And then the second spotter is assisting somewhat with weight, but also making sure that they're able to kind of be leaned backwards so that they can focus on just lowering the chair. So that's what we're going to do right now. Take down 1 step here. So ready? If everybody's ready, now we'll lower. And so the patient is assisting with slowly lowering the wheel down the first step. Then again, they say hold to make sure that we're allowed to move. Then lower. Good. But make sure you have your stance staggered.
Oh.
Yeah, one foot on. Yeah, there you go. Yep. And then ready. Lower. You gotta get that leg out of the way, stagger a little bit more. And you can't have your foot on that step. It has to be down one more. There you go. Yep, that's good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like this?
Yep. And ready. And lower. And ready. Now lower. And ready. Lower. Good. All right. Okay. And again, the only thing that you didn't hear during that was the patient, of course, would be saying hold once they're able to use the big wheels to hold backwards against the stair to make sure that the spotters are allowed to move. You want to wait until they say hold before you move, because you don't want a movement happening when the spotters are moving, and then there could be a fall. So that's the safe way to do a two-man lift. The only difference between that and a single-man lift is that there's no spotter at the foot of the stairs. The spotter is above the patient, and the patient has to be able to really do quite a bit of the lifting, I would say most of the lifting, with the wheels. They have to be very good at knowing where their center of gravity is and being able to pull with the wheels to go up and then control their descent on the way down. So the two-man lift is for people who require a decent amount more assistance. All right, and thank you. All right, we had to cut just for a second to make sure we got our stance changing coordinated a little bit. We're going to try again. So you hold on to the front. And we're getting into wheelie stance here. Okay. Yeah, there you go. And ready. Everybody's ready. Now we're going to lower. Okay. Ready. Lower. Okay. Ready. Lower. Alright, ready? Lower. Alright, ready? Lower. Alright. Alright, and ready? Lower. Good. Alright. Good. Perfect. Alright. Alright. I'm attaching this at the end just to clarify how the second spotter is supposed to, when they're supposed to move, just to make sure we weren't changing stances in the middle of the stair climbing, in the middle of like lowering. Thank you.